Define a business as any form of trade, employment, profession, or other activity carried on for the purpose of profit. First, business registration requirements. Section 5, subsection 1 Registration of Business Act 1956 stated that the person responsible for a business shall, not later than 30 days from the date of the commencement of the business, apply to the registrar for the registration of the business. Hence, we register our business show online in Suruhanjaya Syarikat Malaysia's SSM website.
Element of contract law. First, offers. Section 2, Clause A states that when one person signifies to another his willingness to do or to abstain with anything, with abstaining the accent of that order to the act or abstention, he said to make a proposal. Example, buyer make an offer to buy books, 3 ringgit in a course sale. Second, acceptance. Section 2, Clause B states that when the person to whom the proposal is made signify his assent thereto, the proposal is said to be accepted. A proposal is said to be accepted become a promise. Example, seller accepted the proposal made by the buyer and he or she agreed to sell the book within 3 ringgit. Third, consideration. Section 2, Clause D states that when at the desire of the promisor, the promise or any other person has done or abstained from doing, or does or abstain from doing, or promise to do or to abstain from doing something such as abstain or promise is called a consideration for the promise. Example, seller agreed to sell the book for 3 ringgit to the buyer. Have shown that buyer promise to pay 3 ringgit is the consideration for seller promise to sell the book, and seller promise to sell the book at the 3 ringgit is the consideration the buyer promise to the pay 3 ringgit. This is lawful consideration.
Formalities of the contract. Number 1, contract of how seal made. According to the section 5, subsection 1, a contract of sale is made by an offer to sell or to buy a goods for a price and the acceptance of such an offer. The contract may provide the immediate delivery of the goods or immediate payment for the price of or both. For the delivery or payment by installment, or then the delivery or payment or both shall be postponed. Number 2, existing or future goods. According to the section 6, subsection 1, the goods which form of the subject of contract sale may be either existing goods owned or possessed by the seller or future goods. Number 3 is price. As seen earlier, a contract of sale is basically an offer to buy or sell goods for a price and the acceptance of the offer. So, price is the consideration for the sales of goods. Condition of goods. Number 1, sale by description. According to the section 15, where there is a contract for the sale of goods by description, there is an implied condition that the goods shall be correspond with the description, and if the sales is made by a sample as well by the description, it is not sufficient that the bulk of the goods correspond with the sample if the goods do not also correspond with the description.
Third, delivery. Section 33, Sale of Goods Sold 1957 stated that delivery of goods sold may be made by doing anything which the parties agree should be treated as delivery or which has the effect of putting the goods in the possession of the buyer or of any person authorized to hold them on his behalf. Here, we use Posilaju as our courier for delivering our product to the customer. Thus, we are bound to the Postal Service Act 2012, Act 741, which is an act to provide for the licensing of postal services and the regulation of the postal services industry, and for incidental or connected matters. Fourth, acceptance. Section 42 Sale of Goods Sold Act 1957 stated that the buyer is deemed to have accepted the goods when he intimates to the seller that he has accepted them, or when the goods have been delivered to him and he does any act in relation to them which is inconsistent with the ownership of the seller, or when, after the lapse of a reasonable time, he returns the goods without intimating to the seller that he has rejected them.
If the case is too small to go to the court, you still have another action. The alternative to allow suit is to use the two services provided by the Ministry of Domestic Trade or KPD and KIKI. First, submit a complaint to the Consumer Affairs Department for them to launch an investigation, and then take your case to the Tribunal for Consumer Claims.
The Tribunal for Consumer Claims is an independent body established through the Consumer Protection Act 1999. It may be helpful to think of them as a private court where judgments are binding by law. This may be a more affordable and quicker alternative if the amount of your claim is less than 25,000 ringgit, as neither party can engage lawyers. Instead, you will present your own case in court with the assistance of a member of the tribunal.
On a final note, you should also make a police report which can be submitted as an evidence whether in court or with the Tribunal of Consumer Claims. It is possible that the police may conduct an investigation and possibly charge the seller with a crime, such as violating Section 5 of Trade Description Act, which prohibits a trader from falsely describing a product in an advertisement. However, it should be noted that not having your online shopping spree go as planned is considered as a civil matter, so the police may not or cannot take action depending on the circumstances. Thank you.